All of the things that I'm sharing with you today are tried and true. They are the things that I did while working full time as a teacher. If you want to be a superstar director, if you want to have $10,000 paychecks a month, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 paychecks a month, I promise you it is attainable. You are your only limit. The income potential in this business is limitless. That doesn't mean anything else. The only thing that you truly need in this business is people. This is a relationship business. Basically, network marketing or direct sales or whatever. Scentsy, we get paid to personally develop. The more you develop yourself, the more you build relationships, the more success you're going to see, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons.
Hi everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, as you guys can tell by the little intro, we are going to be diving into an MLM many of us know, but I don't feel like there's enough coverage on it, I would say. I just like covering as many companies as I can, problematic companies ranging from cults, other scams, and also including MLMs. We're going back into a lot of content that I've covered before and talking about the company named Scentsy. So, this one. Here's the deal. You guys do or don't know, I actually used to be a waitress, which I love. I'm a big people person, right? Now, it was kind of a small town waitressing job. You know the drill. There's a lot of business there, but smaller town, right? And so one funny thing I had to tell you guys, I actually remember whenever I would have to clean the bathrooms, I remember that there was specific lists of things that we had to do, like taking the trash, mopping the floors out, like all that kind of stuff. And one of them was turning the Scentsy on if you had a morning shift. Now, I remember seeing this, and this is funny enough, when I worked there was when I was starting my anti-scam content in general. I remember seeing Scentsy and thinking, this is an MLM and, kind of a problem, right? And so I remember seeing the lady who gave my boss her Scentsy items, all of that kind of stuff, right? We'd have Scentsy's throughout all of the different bathrooms. That kind of stuff I actually remembered, and thinking about it now, I'm like, damn, that was a while ago. But Scentsy is literally all around all the time everywhere. And many people are thinking about getting into it for the business opportunity. So I wanted to kind of take the time to kind of reminisce really quickly, but dive into the big problems with Scentsy as a whole, the multi-level marketing company, earning potentials, every little thing you need to know if you're interested in earning or being a part of this company. So before I hop into today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. My merch, vlog channel, and podcast are there. And if you guys want to hang out with me more, I definitely recommend go checking everything out. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, hopping in here because I want to talk about something that I think is absolutely amazing. So if you guys do or don't know, I'm a very sex positive individual. I want everyone to have fun no matter what, whether it's solo, whether it's with partners, I don't know what you're doing. But if you guys want to spice up your sex life or maybe listen to some really fun erotica, then Cheeks is the amazing platform for you. So Cheeks is a subscription-based platform that offers a safe space for sexual education and fun. Cheeks compromises authentic adult films, erotica audio stories, which is my personal favorite, live workshops, and a taboo breaking magazine. And something that is really, really important to me when it comes to this type of consumption of erotica and so much more, my biggest thing is I want it to be ethically made. And with that, I'm so happy to say that all of their content is ethically made. Now, Cheeks is offering a really great deal for you guys. If you go to the description below or pin comment, you can use the code ISA to get started today for a free 7-day trial on their yearly subscription, which is usually $9.90 a month. You can switch to your monthly subscription, which is $14.90 a month. There's no minimum term obligation, so if you guys want to cancel during the trial or cancel at any other time, you absolutely can do so. Go down the description below and use code ISA to get started today. Thank you so much to Cheeks for sponsoring today's video and allowing us to venture off into all of our fun fantasies. And now let's get into it. So again, Scentsy. By the thumbnail, all that stuff, you guys know Scentsy is a multi-level marketing company that offers scent-based products. So I'm a big fragrance girl. I'm a big candle girl. My perfume collection is out of this world. I have excessive amounts of candles I'm stocking up for when I move. They are known for their scent-based products. They have warmers and waxes. They have diffuser oils, fans, purifier pods, unplugged, laundry cleaner, body, kids collection, and so much more. So they are literally all for fragrance. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I mean, I'm sure that they have some bomb ass scents out there, okay? At this rate, anyone can get a hold of really good quality fragrances, but the dark side of this MLM is absolutely insane. Now, from the very beginning of this company has really affordable products from what I've seen. They have products that a lot of people use every single single day. People really pride themselves in having a very good smelling home or clothing or whatever the case may be. Scentsy has become a very popular, well-known MLM. However, a lot of us don't know the dark side of these companies, and if you're someone who's trying to learn about it, then hi, welcome, let's learn about it. This is again a part that most of my viewers have seen. Y'all know what I'm gonna say with this. If you're used to my MLM content, you can skip to the next timestamp in the description below and skip on over to where I talk about the products. But for my newbies here, people that have no idea about MLMs or trying to learn, let me give you the rundown of why MLMs in general, not just Scentsy, are a big old no-no, okay? So multi-level marketing companies, also known as MLMs, the FTC and many other people have done studies on these companies. Now, the data has been able to show that majority of participants in these companies make little to no money, if anything, lose money. Now, it's not like just 10% of people lose money. It's not 50, it's not even 75. It is almost 90% or more people lose money, which is insane. You have a higher chance of making money through gambling, literally so many other things. You have a higher chance of literally joining a no product based pyramid scheme and still have a higher chance of making better income than this. Not saying it's good, not saying your chances are great either way. When that's higher than an MLM, that's a problem, babe. They have a major problem with marketing off the opportunity to you as a way of earning side income, extra money, you name it, and that's completely not the case. And with this one especially, how appealing it is to so many people and having a product like this, I get why people are enticed. However, the numbers are still the same. Now, keep in mind though, we are gonna go through specific data for this MLM. So if you wanna know about the specific numbers, how much you can actually make, etc., stay tuned for the next bit because we're gonna cover all of the specific data. But according to the FTC, they're agreeing with me on this and vice versa. So we have a collective understanding that the majority of people in these companies are not going to make money, even if they bust their damn booties off. You're kind of no matter what. So now let's get into the products and everything. So Scentsy products are priced phenomenally. This is something I'm going to be very real with you on. I will say when an MLM has something good going for them and something that sucks, okay? The pricing that I can see, love it. And I never thought I would say that about an MLM. Their pricing for scent bars is great. The scent, you know, like the wax things that you put in a wax melter and it smells phenomenal. It's, you know, that kind of stuff without a flame. Yeah, that. So $6 for scent bars. I am very surprised at the pricing here because what I've seen is many MLMs, in my opinion, have jacked up the price of a product so that way they can make a lovely amount off of their products, but they have to also pay some commissions, like also quite a good pricing. Now, okay, here's when we get a little bit extra, okay? They have their diffusers, so like their oil diffusers, essential oils, their diffusers are not so expensive, okay? So the wax bars, that's reasonable. That's fine. That's okay. What the hell is a $150 Stargaze diffuser that I could probably find off of Amazon doing? One thing I will say, and actually, funny enough, stay tuned to the end because I'm going to give you guys company dupes for Scentsy, so you don't need to purchase through them. But what I will say is I love brands that I shop through that have oils, that have the wax melt, that have the candles, that have the linen sprays. Like if they have everything, even the car fresheners, if they have it all, so I can have my entire house smelling like one vibe, I love it. So I'm going to be honest, they're covering all of the boundaries. So why am I covering all these products and showing you? The reason being is I want you guys to see what the opportunity is when it comes to the market. So I'm going to be honest, I think that the market for these products are there. I think that people love fragrances and scents and the pricing on these are not horrific. Don't get me wrong, diffusers and things like that, the 100, that's insane. Okay. Most of that stuff you can get off of Amazon, but with a lot of the pricing for the regular scent based products, it's actually quite good. So right there, I don't think it's something that is dying off when it comes to product. And I think the retail price and the retail shopping experience is really good compared to what we find for most MLMs. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think that this is a bad company in general. I just think that if you're going to sell it, you might have a better chance of selling it retail. Okay, with the business opportunity, which is what I'm focused on, let's look at that. So the business opportunity is marketed off as a way of starting your own business and being able to grow an income, whether it's a side hustle, maybe develop it to full-time income. And I like showing off how they promote it to you. So right here, on their website, it says, why Scentsy? There are so many amazing reasons to join Scentsy, from world-class events to lifelong friendships. But here are a couple of the top ones. It says, make some extra dough. Selling Scentsy is a simply fun way to earn some additional income with a variety of products everyone loves. Work wherever, whenever. Scentsy gives you the flexibility to master that work-life balance and have time for whatever matters most. Go exploring. One of the perks of being a Scentsy consultant is the possibility of earning an all expenses paid for trip to remarkable destinations. Start packing. So they do have a tiny little star over here that says, see how much Scentsy consultants actually make, which we'll get into in a minute. But your Scentsy starter kit, this is what you're looking at if you start. So the Scentsy starter kit to get involved is around $100, which is a decent amount. I'm going to be honest. No, I think the $100 is going to cover a decent amount of product because this is a company that allows you to have parties and host parties. So while yes, you can sell online, I think this product might go a longer way and be more marketable if you have more in-person events, honestly. I'm going to be honest, even though I think the products may be decent, I think the packaging is very old and it's kind of getting dated at this point. So I don't think that immediately while looking at it, people are going to go, ooh, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that maybe their scents are shit. I'm sure they have really good scents. What I'm getting at is when they're trying to host parties, it's going to be better to have someone physically in person smell a product, because if you're showing this off online, I don't feel like it's as marketable because the packaging is not enticing to me. Something when it comes to marketing is there's so many different things that will entice someone to purchase. That could be pricing, that could be the look and visuals of it. So many things could be involved. And visuals are a really big thing for many people. And when you kind of look at it and think it looks comparable and similar to great value products, for example, no one's going to be drawn to purchase it. Whereas if I go down the aisle in a dollar store and I see Glade and their own wax melts, that looks a little bit more modern. That's eye-catching. I'm like, ooh, I want that, right? The at-home parties would perform better than online. They additionally have fragrance testers, which is really good. You can have people smell and check out which one exactly they want to order from you. And then you also have a guide and book brochure. You're getting a decent amount of products, so it's not a horrible pricing. However, keep the $100 in mind because we're going to go into the income disclosure statement here soon. So you can order your kit, get started. It's $100. However, it can be a lot, especially for people who do not have the capacity to waste time and money. Now, this is where we get into the income disclosure statement. So if you guys do or don't know, the income disclosure statement is a way of saying, hey, this is how much money you could possibly make in the company. This is how much money people are making in the company right now. It's just a good idea and feel to understand what to expect when it comes to income. So let's go into it. Right here, it says independent Scentsy consultants earn between 10% and 36% commissions and bonuses, personal sales, and may be eligible for leadership bonuses based on team sales. The chart below shows how independent Scentsy consultants in the US performed on average in 2022. As with any business endeavor, a consultant's success will be a direct result of the time and effort they devote to selling the products and leading a team. The earnings below represent commissions that Scentsy actually paid to consultants in 2022. They divided their consultants into two groups for this disclosure. So group one of consultants who were Scentsy for all of 12 months, and group two were with Scentsy for less than 12 months. So we're going to look at both. It does show for the group of people who left or were a part of the company for less than 12 months, that include those who joined Scentsy for the first time and those who left Scentsy either due to inactivity or for other reasons. Again, this data is still really important. We'll compare both and talk about both. A big thing that I want to get out of the way though and make a big statement on is the numbers and data that are shown, I feel like is, in my opinion, I think it's misleading you because if we look at medians versus averages, there are going to be more accuracy in median versus averages with what to expect. So for what I mean is, let's say one person in the company makes $20,000 a year while 100 people then make maybe $100 that year, right? If we did the average of all of that income, it is going to be a very high number. So when we're like, oh, the average of everyone was this amount, people are going to expect to be making far more than what they actually will. Whereas if we did median and go all the way in the middle and say, oh, damn, most people are making $100 a year, you're probably going to be like, that's not really worth it. That's not worth my time. That's just what I would like to get out of the way. Again, we're going through average numbers because that's what they're giving us. So number of consultants. So group one was 12 people who were in there for a full year, 48,301. Minimum annual commissions, $127.70. That is low, even for an average. Holy shit. So you mean to tell me, if you were there for an entire year and bought a starter kit, you'd have $27 left after that? Not including if you buy other Scentsy stuff, which I'm sure you would. Then the highest was $1,180,169. Okay, and then average is $2,775. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That is higher than what you probably should be expecting. Additionally, though, let's say that's how much you pulled. Is it worth it to be busting your ass? Because if we're going to be real here, a part-time job with set hours would make you more, I'm going to tell you right now, than this. So just getting this out of the way. Thank you. Oh my God, they have the median number. Median annual commission was $963.06. That is, in my opinion, the most accurate representation. And to me, if you're in there for a year, and if you're even trying to work it part-time, if you're working it full-time, that is still not enough. Because also, once you make a certain amount, you have to pay taxes on it, okay? So you are going to have to pay taxes on whatever amount that is, not including if you do buy a starter kit there, or even if you did, maybe you're still in. That's not a lot. That is not worth your time or effort for this, especially if you decide to run a team, if you decide to keep selling and pushing so much with marketing, that is not worth it in any capacity from what I'm saying. You can make so much more with set hours on a part-time job. I am telling you right now. Now, group 2 was people who were not in the company for a full year. So 142,000 participants were in. Minimum annual income was nothing. Maximum annual commission was $22,000. Well, shit, $22,000. Average annual commission was $228, and then the median was $133. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The income potential just from what we're looking at is not high in any capacity, and I'm like blown away because honestly, I expected it to be better when it comes to income because of the pricing of the products, because pricing of the product is more competitive compared to a lot of MLMs. But even still, I think this should go to show you that this is not a good performing opportunity for people when it comes to income. And just seeing this alone, like you can do so many other things and be more regulated. You could possibly have more benefits, so much more. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the compensation plan or how to actually earn money. But real quickly, I do want to kind of blow through a couple things that I did see that are actual common questions when it comes to joining Scentsy. Now, there are a couple questions that I think are really important to put out there for some of you who don't know, because again, a lot of this is all over the place and hard to find. So some of the common questions for people who want to join Scentsy are this one right here, which is, are there monthly sales requirements for Scentsy consultants? So sales requirements usually mean that if you're a part of the company and you get started, you spend the $100 on the starter kit fee and you want to sell, you have to sell a specific amount of products at a certain time in order to stay active. And if you don't, you get booted out of the company. So it says to be considered active, you must generate sales resulting in 200 points or more in PRV in a single month. So if you don't know what PRV is, that stands for personal retail volume. So it's pretty much how much you personally sell in a month to the people. So 200 points in PRV can come from individual customer orders, party orders, or online orders made through your PWS. So to keep your account current, you must be active at least once in a consecutive 12-month period. So you have to be active at least once in order to keep going. So interesting. Now this next one, which is another topic we're going to dive into here soon, says, how do I earn incentive trips as a Scentsy consultant? All current consultants worldwide are eligible to earn incentives, including trips and other prizes. By meeting specific active requirements ready for your next adventure, ask your consultant or sponsor to learn more about the requirements to earn the current incentive trip. Now, this is another point that I thought was so significant that I need to put out there. So a lot of MLMs say that you don't have to have a team, you don't need to have a downline to make money. Like it's just, you don't need to, right? Well, this specific question makes me beg to differ. It says, do I have to sponsor other consultants? Or AKA, do I have to recruit and get people onto a team? The answer is no. However, consultants who sponsor new team members tend to earn more in PRV, personal retail volume, over time and are about 60% more likely to stay with Scentsy long term, which is a problem that we see in these companies. Because if your dependency on growth, success, staying in a company is off of a downline and not off of your own actual sales, that is a problem. And that also is not okay at all. Because if the only way that you can make money is from a downline, that is a big red flag for pyramid scheme vibes. I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to pop up the little pyramid scheme characteristic stuff right here. I'm just saying that is a big no-no. Okay. Now, this is another question I thought was super fascinating on here that says, is Scentsy a multi-level marketing company or MLM? Scentsy is a party plan company, which is characterized by a social event, typically in a home, in person or online, where independent consultants promote the products that they're choosing within Scentsy product lineup. The party plan model gives consultants the advantage of being able to help multiple customers experience the product at one time. It's a MLM. I don't know why they're dancing around that topic or answer. It is an MLM. Like, just because you could be a party planning model, like what? You recruit people into a system. You make money off of recruiting people. You also make money off of selling products. It is an MLM. So just to get that out of the way, it is. So I don't know why they're dancing around this idea. Now let's actually look at the compensation plan. So this one, ooh, I'm hyped to look at. So right here, we're going to look at the ways to grow throughout the company. So if you guys can see the ranks, there is essential consultants, certified consultant, lead consultant, star consultant, yada, yada, yada. So personal retail volume can be from you, party sales, etc. So it looks like to be essential, that's a very interesting word, consultant, you don't have a requirement. If you want to hit certified consultant, you can have 1,000 PRV in order to get the second rank. So that's a decent amount, right? Now look, once we get bigger, all of a sudden, when you're growing through the ranks of the company, your personal volume is lower. Now you only need 500. However, it does appear that the second you hit to the third rank, you need group wholesale volume. If there is a way to grow 100% through this company with just strictly your own sales, that's great, but it's not appearing that to me, right? I don't see oh, hey, if you want to, you can do team sales and yours, or you can cover it all. It's group wholesale volume. I think it's a big red flag if it shows that you need more recruitment in order to grow throughout the ranks. Because the second we hit director, for example, you need team wholesale volume, which is 2,000 easily. Group wholesale has to be 10,000. So now we hit over to active frontline consultants. So if you have an active frontline consultant, it looks like you need at least one when you hit the third rank. Then you need two, then you need three, and so on. Then you need first generation directors. So again, there are still requirements of recruitment and having people at specific ranks to grow throughout the company and keep your own rank. So for example, you have to have a first generation director at star director, but you have to have two of them. That's a problem. That's requiring people to hit ranks for you to hit ranks yourself. That's not ethical or normal. Now, next up, we're kind of covering some of the bonuses. Now, one of the biggest things I want to say is if most of the rewards or bonuses are from recruitment or having a downline, that is a problem. And I will be very clear with that. First one is from sales. That's from your commissions volume. The next one is personal wholesale volume bonus, which is good. A team wholesale volume bonus, frontline lead consultant team wholesale volume bonus. You get a frontline star consultant bonus, a frontline superstar bonus, and look at all these bonuses for hitting these other ranks, which if we looked above, your responsibility is to have active frontline consultants in order to hit those ranks. So my personal belief in this is, well, yes, they have a good amount of retail and a good amount of products that can be marketed to you and sold. I think personally that there is a heavy dependency on recruitment and a downline, and that to me is the biggest red flag. And also I would like to say, look at everyone who is at the top of those companies. If you are in the company yourself, if they all have downlines and if they are incapable of marketing off the product so well on their own, that's a red flag. That's a problem. Here's my big thing, okay? I'm involved with affiliate marketing. That's a very odd thing if you have to recruit people, right? Because it's just a link, right? If you are able to sell online and market it off, you can just have a link, talk about the products, learn how to market it really well, and make some bank. However, if you have to just do it with recruiting people and everything, and that's your main way to make money or grow through the company, that is a problem. So now that we've already seen the actual income potential, we know what the FTC says. We see some of the products and the potential for it to be marketable to other people. And we've also looked at the compensation plan and how to make money. Let's actually look at problems, legal issues, and reports about Scentsy. So one of the big things that I've seen pop up a lot is how the Scentsy opportunity has been really heavily pushed to apparently military spouses who are not able to get a lot of work or sometimes can be stay-at-home moms because their spouse is, overseas or having to move so frequently, which is a huge problem. I've actually seen, again, a lot of other moms, single moms, or any parents in general be sucked into this as a way of selling you products and giving you a new opportunity for some side income that you so desperately need. And also, Scentsy has had a plethora of lawsuits. Well, I will have some linked in the description below. A lot of them have been very fascinating. However, there's one that I actually wanted to talk about specifically that's about copyright infringement. So according to this lawsuit that was actually back in 2013, this article was published, it says Scentsy lost its latest copyright infringement lawsuit on Tuesday. According to the attorneys representing Harmony's Brand LLC, which is another fragrance company, Scentsy had sued the Utah-based scent wax company, alleging the company's products were too closely resembling the corresponding Scentsy products. Harmony Brands has, the wax melt, and other products in retail stores, Walgreens, you name it. The U.S. District Court Chief Justice ruled that there wasn't enough evidence for copyright infringement in this case. Furthermore, it suggests that although 14 of the company's products in question were similar in size, color, and even featured similar artwork, they weren't similar enough to Scentsy's products to constitute copyright infringement. In his judgment, Windmill actually wrote, although Scentsy has presented the court with evidence that Harmony reviewed Scentsy's warmers as it's designed its own warmers, and it seems clear that Scentsy's warmers were the starting point for some of Harmony's warmer products, Scentsy has not presented evidence that Harmony warmers are virtual duplications of Scentsy's warmers. In fact, a simple view of Scentsy's copyrighted warmers and Harmony's warmers with Scentsy's asserts infringe on, then reveals similarities but no duplications. So essentially, from what I've seen, is Scentsy has had a problem with being very petty. They'll I know there's going to be companies that create dupes and everything, but it looks like they've tried and gone after some companies and they try to go after people with copyright infringement and be like, you're stealing my shit. And a lot of people are like, okay, but you're not the one that made wax melts. And don't get me wrong, there's some companies that are they're right in the line of copyright. They're very close to it, okay? But it looks like they're not at all. And I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to the Scentsy stuff, unless it's directly holy shit, this looks exactly alike, there's nothing that you can do about it. So Scentsy did lose this lawsuit, yay. Another one that I want to mention was back in January during this time as well, the company sued an Iowa-based clothing and accessory company for using Scentsy trademarks on logos and clothing labels. So, which is also another problem that I see with some people is some people think that because they're independent contractors, they can make their own merch of it. However, apparently Scentsy doesn't give a shit about that, because even if you're like, oh my God, look, I run a Scentsy business, let me make a Scentsy t-shirt that's so cute, I love that. Yikes. I mean, I also understand you can't be snatching up people's logos like that. I totally get it. But it sounds like there's not even a good warning for people, a clear hey, please don't do that. It sounds like they just would rather slap you with anything that could scare you or anything that could damage you financially. I just don't think this is a very ethical company in my opinion. And also just with the way that it's set up to so many people, I just do not think this is worth it in any way. I think this is a very basic company. And again, your income potential is so much higher if you go to do something else, if you have another side job, if you have a different side hustle, literally anything that's not an MLM, please don't do this, okay? That's just my perspective. Now, let's wrap this up though with the incentive trip opportunity, because I think that's very important. Real quickly, this is actually a file that I did find on the 2023 incentive trip, so I'm only going to cover this first one here on the document, which will be in the description below, but they talk about the opportunity for having free paid for trips. Now, there's always a catch with these. It depends on the MLM. Some of them do offer legitimately 100% for free, you don't have to pay anything at all. But with every MLM, no matter what, there's always going to be taxing. So when you're in the company like this, you're considered an independent contractor, which means you have to cover costs and falls. You don't get the benefits that other employees do. So for example, a lot of people that have to go actual travel for companies, that's 100% paid for, they don't have to worry about it. Whereas with this, it's different. So this is a trip for Fiji, and there are level 2s and level 3s. So level 2s I think are lower, level 3s are the higher earners. Anyway, so level 2, you get 4 nights shared room of house accommodations at Fiji Marriott Resort, including all required gratuities. Round trip airfare from your nearest airport to Nadi International Airport, travel allowance to offset checked bags and incidental expenses on your travel days, round trip ground transportation between NAN and the resort, Scentsy sponsored activities, meals, and parties per the official event program. Now, level 3 is literally everything from level 2, but you have one guest that's at least 16 years or older. So here's the deal. This is an example of a trip where it shows that literally everything's included and you don't have to pay for flights. You don't have to pay for all this stuff. One thing I want to say is majority of people who quote unquote earn these, a lot of them are barely getting by, or if they do, they have big old downlines. A lot of people are not capable of earning that and getting there on their own, okay? So for example, if you want to just spend money to go on a trip on your own, again, getting a part-time job is far better than this, because again, even if they're having it quote unquote expenses free and you don't have to worry about it, you have to pay taxes on this. So you literally have to cop up whatever tax it is on this trip. Whatever they spend on you, you have to pay taxes on. So it's not 100% for free. And honestly, in my opinion, I would rather have full control over a trip, not absolutely run myself into the ground to run a fucking MLM with the chances of me growing are slim to none. I would so much rather pay for it on my own, get a side job as well that I can grow and make income so that way I can have a trip like this. It's so much better to do than an incentive trip, but I get it though, because they market off heavy to you guys, acting like this is just such a great opportunity. The expectations and the catches in here are not worth it anyway, and I would just never recommend it. I know that's a way people get interested. I would just never recommend being a part of this. So what have we learned today, everyone? We talked about the incentive trips. We talked about the income disclosure statement, how to make money, how much you can earn, the products, and what I actually think about it, including some lawsuits. And at the end of the day, to wrap this up, personally think this is not a good opportunity anyway, and there are many other things out there. Now, again, I'm not like gonna shit on you if you like buy from Scentsy. Like, I get it. There's some products that we all like. What I'm saying is if you know someone who's interested, please send them this video so that way they can learn more about Scentsy. If you guys want me to talk about any other MLMs, comment them down below. If you guys any other scams, comment them down below. I wanna know. And that was it for today's video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And check out today's sponsor in the description below, and I will see my angels in the next video. Bye.